Tonight, we have the rare and frightening opportunity to look deep inside the mind of a serial killer by talking to the people who were closest to him during his formative years. This is going to get pretty graphic, so if you're one of those pansies who sees an ugly truth and then runs in the opposite direction with your teensy-weensy penis tucked between your fat little legs, I suggest you turn off the TV and go watch some little birdies through your rose-colored glasses while the rest of us try to keep this world from drowning in a flood of radioactive diarrhea that spews from the ass of the devil himself. Now, Kenny William Jones killed 735 people in upper western Tennessee between May of 2006 and July of 2009. He was a sadistic man, locking his victims in a basement for weeks on end and forcing them to watch angst-ridden video blogs like this one.
I have some pretty intense emotional feelings right now. It's like electricity shooting through shards of glass. So I wrote a sad song.
After weeks of video blogs, he would feed his victims to his carnivorous tree sloths, which could take weeks or even months. Now, let's journey into the mind of this monster, into the heart of darkness. We'll start with Travis Malone, childhood confidant, who grew up just 3 houses down from the killer. Travis, what was going through Kenny's mind when he was killing all those people?
It's just real hard to say, I lived down the street from him for a few years, and we used to play basketball together and all that, but then we moved because my daddy got a job as a squirrel trapper. So we moved about 50 miles down the river, and after that...
So you were lovers?
No, hell no. Didn't you hear a word of what I just said?
Okay, fine. No need to get hostile here. Now, I'm just asking, as his soulmate, what do you think he was thinking?
Soulmate?
Oh, don't play dumb with me, you little backwater rat fuck. I want to know what was going on in Kenny William Jones's mind, and you're gonna tell me.
How the hell am I supposed to know, you crazy bitch? I mean, it's so hard for a man to even really, truly know his own self. I mean, to dig beyond the elaborate subterfuges that we create to conceal our true motives from our own superegos. Yeah. So how the fuck am I supposed to know what was going on in another man's head?
So what you're telling me is that you can't be sure what's in another man's head unless you literally split it open and have a look. Isn't that true?
No!
Because he did that a lot too. I've seen the pictures. He'd just take a circular saw and just open them right up. So what was your role in those killings exactly?
I never killed anybody in my whole life, and I have no idea what was in Kenny's head, okay?
Why can't you just take a guess?
Look, I don't understand what kind of game you're playing here, but it ain't right.
What I don't understand is why you're being so evasive about these very simple questions.
Because you crazy.
Listen to me, skunk fucker. Sooner or later, you're gonna slip up. And when you do, I'm gonna be there, with the long arm of the almighty law ready to reach up your ass, through your digestive tract, and out of your face. Then I'm gonna turn my hand around so I can gouge my fingers into your eye sockets until your eyeballs pop right out. Then I'm gonna use my other hand to pick up your eyeballs and shove them down your pee hole. What do you say to that?
Well, doesn't sound good. But where I'm from, that just sounds like pretty standard police procedure.
Get out of my sight, ungrateful inbreds. Joining us now is Shelley Lewis. She was Kenny William Jones's high school algebra teacher. Shelley, what can you tell us about why this young man's soul was so depraved?
Well, Valerie, the whole thing really shocked me because he was actually a pretty good student.
A good student? Is that what good students do? Grow up to kill 1,200 people? Because if that's what a good student does, I'd hate to see a bad one.
That's not what I said.
You acknowledged that he killed 2,000 people, then you said he was a good person.
No, I think you are putting words in my mouth, okay?
Well, what did you let Kenny put in your mouth?
Excuse me?
How many times did you have sex oral, vaginal, or anal with Kenny William Jones, I want a number.
0. Why would you even ask me that?
Well, if you weren't fucking him, why else would you be protecting him?
Okay, first of all right, that is the most ludicrous accusation I have ever heard in my 30 years of teaching.
Don't be rude. I have another guest. Let's go over to Charles Davis now, who is an expert in homicidal dementia. Charles, was I out of line there?
No, not at all. You know, every time we catch another one of these depraved individuals, we all wonder how they got that way. And people ask me if it's the parents' fault or the teacher's fault or their peers' fault, or if the fault lies with Hollywood or the video games or rap music or the fancy sneakers. And my answer is always yes.
Oh, Lord.
You know, people like Shelley and Travis can buy all the soap they want, but at the end of the day, the blood of 10 million people is on their hands. And that's not my opinion. That's just reality.
Excuse me, but I have something to say here. I would like to set the record straight about my relationship
Wait your turn, cum dumpster. You know, Charles, it is so refreshing to find someone who tells it like it is. If you were here, I'd be burying my tongue deep inside your asshole right now.
Thanks, Valerie. Me too.
Now, wait a minute. I never got to tell my side of the story.
Well, that was your responsibility, wasn't it? That's all for tonight. Remember, friends, without blame, there can be no guilt. And without guilt, there can be no justice. Amen.